Dr. Nick Raza here to talk to you about the couch stretch, also known as quad stretch / hip flexor stretch. It's kind of a combination. It's one of my favorites. It makes me feel so good when I do it. But here's the thing, it's intense and it takes time to make it, to get all the way through it. So there's a couple of different variations of this. So we're going to start by here. So getting to your quad stretch, your hip flexor stretch, you want a pad or carpet, one of the two, depending on how your knees are doing. If you're doing it on a hard surface, you want a pad. Even a pad's good on carpet if you want. That'll go against the wall. You don't really need it on carpet. So your knee is going to go against the wall as close as you can. Okay, and then your foot's up the wall. Now, this may be a stretch for you. If that's the case, you're going to squeeze your butt on the right side here, and you might feel a pull through there. That's okay if that's your number. If that's where you're starting. So you want to make it feel like a stretch. It should be kind of intense. From this position, after this is no problem, then you're going to bring your other leg up. Okay, so this might be, now you're like, okay, now that's a stretch. And again, you're going to squeeze your right butt cheek. And this is called post-isometric relaxation. So you're going to pulse the opposite muscle belly. So the quads and the glutes do different things. So you're going to squeeze your glute, turn it on as hard as you can, and then you relax it after about 10 seconds. And then you sink into that stretch. Okay. So after you've mastered this position, then you're going to go up. Here we go. Okay. So you might be right here. This might be where you're at. You're going to do that pulsed squeeze, 10 seconds, and relax and get a little bit further into it. Okay, what's really important about this stretch to do it properly is as you get up through here, you're not hyperextending your middle back. Okay, this isn't a back or an ab stretch. This is a hip flexor quadricep stretch. So what I mean is, if I want to get all the way to the wall, I can do that from by bending my back, which is not stretching my quad very much, or I can keep this nice and solid. And right now, this is all I got. Okay, so this is it right here. This is nice and straight. I'm trying to squeeze and relax and take up the slack. But right now, this is all I got. I can't go any further. If I was a little more warmed up, I could probably get a little bit further. But for me right now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to force it and pretend that I can get to the wall, even though I'm not stretching this. I'm just working my spine. So go through those variations, but the goal is to be against the wall, flat, butt against the heel, and feeling a nice, good stretch that's gotten flexible. Okay, so quad stretch, hip flexor stretch,